How's it going, Ram fans? Welcome back to another edition of CTV Sports. I'm Mike Walsh.
And I'm Ella Fredrikson. Here's what we've got on tap for you tonight.
As scrimmage season begins, we finally get a look at Rams football, but not only that, a check-in with volleyball as well.
Plus, a recap of the weekend for track, tennis, and some green and gold softball.
Lastly, some predictions for both the MLB and NBA.
All of that and more right here at CTV Sports, which starts right now.
Welcoming the new and improving on the old, the CSU football team is back on the turf at Canvas Stadium, and head coach Jay Norvell said this spring is off to a pretty great start.
Yeah, Mike, in a press conference after their first scrimmage this past weekend, Coach Norvell had a lot of positive outlooks on both sides of the ball.
Well, I mentioned it earlier, we're further ahead than we've been in the past, and we've got a lot of new players, a lot of new defensive players especially. Really like our offensive additions as well. The new tight ends have been really good. Rocky Beers and Carlos have done a really good job. Jackson keeps improving in practice. But our defensive additions have been really good. I think we're more athletic. I think we're better coverage-wise, and our guys are learning the techniques up front. So really pleased with our progress there.
I know all Ram fans, including us here at CTV, loved that positive news, given the last time this team was on that turf, it wasn't exactly a happy sight.
No, unfortunately, I have to agree, it was not pretty, but this is a new season, and it is also the Rams' last season in the Mountain West.
Huge news.
So with that being said, let's take a peek at their last ride. And this one starts off with Washington, a powerhouse in the Big Ten. I know they were in the national championship 2 years ago. So this is a really a good schedule for the Rams.
I was going to say, we're used to starting off the season with a loss.
Yeah.
I guess I can say that.
True. Michigan and Texas have not been easy.
Right. The last couple of years, we've been in some pretty big games to start off the season. But the rest of it, how do you feel?
I do enjoy the home games. I think a lot of those are wins. I think UNLV is really the only Washington State, I guess. They're also a challenge with UNLV. But a lot of these home games should be good for good crowds. Those away games might be a little tough.
Yeah, definitely. It scares me a little bit to see some teams that do better at home, us knowing that we don't exactly do as well on the road with that combination.
It took a miracle for us to beat Boise at home.
Yeah, right?
Boise on the road is going to be a tough match.
Yeah, that's pretty scary. But, I mean, considering what we're expecting out of this season,
We're obviously pulling for the Rams to win every single game, but we have to be realistic in that the Rams are probably not going to win every game, and they're probably not going to be favored in every game. What do you think is this team's ceiling for this year?
I don't think it's as high as Jay Norvell is expecting it to be, and I wish that it was higher considering we have so many additions to this team. I think it's going to be a 500 season. I don't think it's going to be another bowl season necessarily.
I think you lost too many veterans for me to say they're going to improve. I think at the very least their ceiling is probably that 6 to 7 game range. I want to say their ceiling's 8. But they couldn't get there last year, and I don't think this is necessarily a better roster.
I think this is going to be a learning year in a lot of ways. Adjustments throughout each games, especially on the road. There's going to be a lot of adjustments made. But for now, though, all Ram fans can do is wait and watch as Norvell company are still a long way from their first kickoff. So
That's exactly right, and we still have sports that are still in season right now. So let's jump into some tennis. After a huge win over Utah State just last Sunday, the women's tennis team took pretty much all their momentum and threw it in the trash, falling to both Air Force and Wyoming this past weekend. Starting it off with Senior Day, the energy was high and the focus was really on appreciating those veteran players. Even with a final score of 4-2 in favor of the Falcons, freshman Diana Lizarazo said that she only wanted to keep her tie-breaking match going just so the seniors could continue theirs. The chemistry on this team is obvious, and the score just didn't mean too much on Friday. But after that emotional match, the team headed up the road to Laramie for a date with the Cowgirls. But once again, the Rams' performance just wasn't enough. Falling 4-1, there was not a whole lot of winning for the green and gold. However, Victoria Jajinskaya picked up a win in the number 3 singles, grabbing the only win of the day for Miley Tran and her squad. But Tran knows that these scores aren't reflective of her girls, saying, "We are a damn good team and we've got to own that." And going into the conference tourney would be the perfect time for some new confidence. Starting on April 23rd, the Rams head to Vegas to take their swing at the Mountain West title.
Colorado State track and field showed up at the Mines Kit Mayor Classic with multiple personal records and dominant performances. In the men's high jump, the Rams went 1 through 4 in a statement performance. Reese Travis and Timothy Johnson each cleared 2.08 meters, which is over 6 feet, setting outdoor personal bests and tying for 11th in program history. They were followed closely by Taylor and Shukarani, who also set personal records. The women's discus saw a second straight podium sweep for CSU, led by Claire Kovac with a season-best throw of 54.72 meters, a mark that would have ranked 22nd in the nation coming into the weekend. She was joined on the podium by Michaela Long and Kaja Borman in the long jump, and Dembele continued his dominant season with a massive personal best of 7.6 meters. Good for second place and third all-time at CSU. Dembele now ranks top 5 in both long jump and triple jump. On the women's side, Sierra Gonzalez set a personal best of 5.91 meters to finish third in the long jump, while Kylie Keelian took fourth and moved into the program's top 20. The men's shot put saw more personal records, with 2 Rams finishing in the top 3 and breaking into the CSU top 20 lists. Kyle Bigley took first place in the men's discus with a throw of 48.95 meters. The team has another busy weekend, but stick around for a preview from Brooklyn and Hunter for now, another program we haven't talked about in a while.
And while they may not be playing any official games right now, the CSU women's volleyball team is staying busy. Competing in the spring invite right here at Moby Arena, the Rams faced off with Metro State, Denver, and Wyoming. 3 quality programs that could expose some pivotal starting points for the team's growth. And for a squad that lost so many veterans, identifying the issues early is so important. So while there isn't much from a fan's perspective, these games can help a ton come fall. But we will wait to really go in depth with this new squad Coach Emily Cohen is working with. For now though, let's take it out of Moby. Brooklyn, what's the latest on softball's travels?
Colorado State softball headed down south to take on the New Mexico Lobos, where the Rams won 4-1. Green and gold softball came out strong on offense and kept the momentum going with consistent hitting throughout the game, ultimately clinching the victory in the third matchup of the conference series. Kaylin English had a strong game on offense, getting 3 hits and driving in a run to help the Rams Sunday evening. Meanwhile, Brooke Bolander stayed hot offensively throughout Game 3, ending the weekend with 6 hits, totaling 2 in each game. She continued to lead the Rams offense with a .376 batting average. On the defensive side, English, Edwards, and West added 2 assists, each with Jaylee Wilson totaling 10 putouts at first base. Junior pitcher Giselle Bentley pitched 7 innings for her second complete game of the series, dealing 3 strikeouts and completely shutting down the Lobos offensively after the first inning. Colorado State softball will take the weekend off from the Mountain West to play and travel to Arkansas to face the Razorbacks in a 3-game non-conference series. But now it is time for a break. More updates when we come back.
Living with someone you don't know on the other side of the wall is hard, especially if you don't know how to be a good roommate. The first thing that you'll want to do to be a good roommate is make sure that you always stay quiet. Be considerate of others when using common spaces and appliances.
Hey buddy, what you doing?
I'm just gonna need like 40 minutes. Be respectful of your roommate's privacy. Ugh, my bad. Finally, make sure that you clean up after yourself. Ooh, fresh toothbrush.
Have you seen my toothbrush?
Follow these tips to get along with your roommates and your landlord.
Welcome back from the break, Rams. This week, Colorado State track and field is on the road. Hunter, where are you guys at again?
What's going on, Ram fans? I'm Hunter Strand. Today we are in Azusa, California today for the Brian Clay Invitational, which kicks off tomorrow night with the 10K and 3K steeplechase. I'll be racing the 5K on Thursday night, and then the Friday will be all the 1500s. Let's go Rams, baby.
Thanks, Hunter. Good luck to you guys. AJ, over to you.
Thanks, guys. With the MLB season still just starting, there's still time to discuss my picks for the awards this season. Starting off with my AL MVP pick, I'm going to keep it simple and just take Aaron Judge to repeat. I just can't see Bobby Witt doing enough to surpass him at this point. With the way that Judge has been playing and leading the league in home runs last year, he's already off to a good start this year. I just can't see Bobby Witt or Jose Ramirez, anybody in the AL, good enough to catch up to him. Moving on to the National League MVP, I'm going against most people here and taking Fernando Tatis Jr. This is a guy who's already cemented himself as a 5-tool player as he did in 2021 when he had 42 home runs. He obviously has the arm in the outfield. He has the defense to do it. I think he has the whole package and he can easily get the MVP done this year. As far as the Cy Young goes in the AL, there's a lot of competition this year with last year's winner, Tariq Skubal, going for his second in a row, but I actually think it'll be his division mate, Cole Ragans. Ragans is one of the more underrated pitchers in baseball, pitching to a 3.14 ERA last year with 223 strikeouts, and the Southpaw has already started his 2025 campaign with a 2.28 ERA. This is a guy who has a 97-mile-per-hour fastball while also having a nasty changeup that he can drop at the bottom of the zone, and he has all the assets he needs to take home the Cy Young. In the National League, my pick will be the same every year that this guy is healthy because Spencer Strider is the most dominant pitcher in baseball, in my opinion, and is set for his return from Tommy John tomorrow night. This is a guy who had 280 strikeouts 2 years ago. That is just an insane amount of strikeouts to have. When he's healthy, we obviously see what he can do. He's been rehabbing in AAA, had 13 strikeouts more than a week ago. He's ready to go, and he's just going to dominate when he gets back. Don't go anywhere just yet, Rams. When we come back, it's NBA playoff season. We'll be right back.
After 2 years?
You gotta be kidding me! Okay, no.
Robbie.
Seriously, do you have anything you can use against the dragon? I can do fireball, that'll do a lot of damage. Yeah, to all of us!
Well,
We're in a 4-foot group!
I'm sorry, what else do you want me to do?
Okay. Hold on. All right. Wizard. You gonna roll?
Welcome back, Ram fans. With the NBA play-in bracket decided, that means it is prediction time, looking toward the start of the postseason. We're starting with a good one, but a lesser-known one. We're going Kings versus Mavericks. What do you guys think about this one?
You want to start it off, H?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I've got the Mavs in this one.
Okay.
I think that if AD is healthy, I think he's going to come out with energy.
Yep.
I think he's going to have something to prove. I don't know if they're going to go that far with the injury to Kyrie, but I think he's going to have something to prove. So I think Mavs are going to take it all.
Yeah, I mean, injuries are going to be the biggest thing of this series.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Mavs are kind of riddled.
Yeah.
Well, the game
Right,
of the decision. Obviously, the Mavs are kind of riddled with them right now.
Yeah.
As long as the Kings can protect the rim on defense, I think that's kind of the only factor.
Yeah, and they also went 3-1 against them in the regular season, so it just feels like the Kings have their number. And this Mavericks team, like you said, it's just Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's not on, if he's not having a 40-20 night, they don't have a chance.
Yeah, they don't have it.
Whereas this Kings team has just so many options to me. I mean, you got Levine, DeRozan, Sabonis. Like, Sabonis is, I don't know.
All right.
He's all right. He doesn't score a lot. So those two guys can score a lot and get the points.
I did like the DeRozan pickup. I thought that was good for them. He's a clutch player. I mean, Sabonis is not always the clutchest player when I watch him all the time.
For sure.
So, Malik Monk, I think they've got a good squad. But
they know how to close games at the very least. So if this is a close one, the Kings are winning. But I think the Kings take it by 10 or more.
I was going to say I don't think it's going to be a close game at this point, especially because AD is all they are riding on to keep this game close.
I think the Mavericks have a lot to look at in the offseason, and I think this is the start of it.
Yeah.
So sorry, I'm taking the Kings. You're taking?
I don't know. I was going to say.
Go Mavericks.
I'll take the Kings.
Okay.
I will.
Two
Just on the basis of depth with their bench.
Okay. No,
yeah.
I like it. I like
The
it.
Warriors Grizzlies next.
Yeah.
That's a much better game.
I was going to say I'm a much bigger fan of this one.
We've all got the Warriors, I think.
I think we do.
Yeah, Steph Curry, I mean, in the playoffs, I do love Curry. I think he's in the GOAT conversation at least. I think he's done enough at this point to put him in there. Jimmy Butler's going to be a huge addition
Playoff
for them.
Jimmy.
Yeah, I was
Playoff
going to say,
impossible
Jimmy
to
B is,
deny.
we're big fans here.
Yeah.
But not just how strong the Warriors are. Memphis really, really struggles on the road, and I just don't think they're going to put up any sort of significant
And
performance
Memphis
whatsoever.
just to end this season has been bad. I mean, in February they were a top 4 seed in the West,
Yeah.
and now we're a few months down the road. They've fired their head coach. They're just looking dysfunctional. So I can't see a reason that they beat a veteran team like this in the Warriors, especially with 2 of the greatest playoff performers of all time.
Yeah.
And you can count Draymond in there too. I mean, he's got 4 finals. They just have so much experience. It's hard for me to go against the Warriors.
So much firepower, so much experience.
Yeah.
I mean, the Grizzlies have Ja, and he's a great player. But against all that
But
experience.
also, again,
what
like
can
I
you
said
do?
with the last one, the Warriors are 3-1 against the Grizzlies.
I was just
they
about
had
to
their
say,
number.
winless in California, too.
And since they got Jimmy, they're 23-7. I mean, so that's
ridiculous.
basically you're
That's
saying if they had
ridiculous.
Jimmy all year, they'd be a top 3 seed.
Yeah,
so,
easily.
Yeah.
Easily. Yeah.
don't know.
No, I think this one's pretty clear. It's one of those games, in my opinion, Memphis would have to do everything right.
Yeah.
That's
Ja would have to have
crazy.
probably a 40-point triple-double, honestly.
Yeah.
The craziest stat line you've ever seen. So
All right, we're going to move over to the East.
I like it.
I think one of the more boring ones, almost who cares kind of thing, Heat versus Bulls. This one, neither are a threat going down the road, in my opinion. The Bulls are a more fun team to watch, a lot faster pace, and that's why I think they're going to take this one, just for my own sake of I don't want to watch Miami pass the Bulls.
Right.
I don't want to watch them at all.
Yeah, I'm also going to go Bulls here. I mean, they're at home, and the Bulls just beat the Heat at home, and the Bulls are just also on fire for no reason.
Yeah.
As a Chicago resident myself,
was gonna say,
I've watched the
all
Bulls.
three of us are
I've
Chicago
watched the Bulls for the last
residents
15 years just be completely mediocre, and this feels like the type of win that they get just so they get out of the draft lottery or get a good pick. I mean, they just like to ruin their future.
Yeah.
So I think they win this game and they go to a playoff series to make their team think that, oh, maybe these are the guys. I don't know. They're hot right now, so I'll give them the nudge, but I don't know what the Bulls are doing in the future. So,
I mean, it's not like Miami doesn't have the momentum, and obviously we
Right.
were talking about experience. Miami has the
Has
experience going
for
into
sure.
this game, but really it's a bias thing, and I want the Bulls to win.
And it's a recency
I do.
thing too. The Bulls have just been hot, and they've been beating really good teams. Like they beat the Lakers, obviously on that crazy, the crazy
On that
half
crazy
court
buzzer beater, yeah.
buzzer beater. But they're just hot. I think they're feeling really good too. The chemistry looks like it's flowing. I don't see a way the Heat win this
They
game.
do look like a great team.
Yeah.
They are a team,
Yeah.
for sure.
I was going to bring up Josh Giddey because I think he's the one who hit
He's
that
been
He's an
shot.
animal.
balling, yeah.
He's an animal.
Yeah, he's been balling recently.
Yeah.
I mean, suddenly for the
He
Bulls.
had a triple-double with like 17 assists. I mean,
Yeah.
8 steals, I think, too. Almost had a quadruple-double. I mean,
Yeah.
the stats he's putting up are great. The Bulls have looked really good the last 20 games, I'd say, of the season, which hopefully will help him in this game.
He is so much of what makes the Bulls fun to watch. He helps with
Yeah.
that pace, and yeah,
All right, let's go to the next one, which is actually, is it live right now?
happening right now.
It's live
Going
right
on
now.
right now.
Pretty sure last time I looked at the score, it was 90-79
At
in
halftime.
favor of the Magic. No, this is a little later.
Little later, third
Magic
quarter.
was up by 11. I think it was the start of the fourth, so
Okay.
it's looking like it's the Magic as of now. I don't know how you are going to choose against them.
I mean, they performed pretty well last year.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I really liked what I saw from them. Paulo Banchero's he
yeah.
was a great prospect. He's a great player. They have good pieces. I
do.
enjoy watching the Magic play, so I got to
It's a very young team, too, so I think it's easy to root for all these guys that are second and third years.
Yeah, you want to see him do well. Yeah.
I don't think the Hawks, they need a lot
Yeah.
more. They need to change a lot with their team. I don't think these are the guys that are going to win them anything. I think they're a playing team.
Yeah.
At best, I think this is where they end.
It's just been Trae Young for a while now.
Yeah.
It's just
That's
been
about
him,
it.
and that's really it.
They tried the DeJounte Murray, and they got Jalen Johnson, who's good. He's always hurt,
It
though.
didn't
so
work
it's just,
out how they wanted it to.
they have
at
a lot of
all.
pieces. They're just not really meshing really well. I
They
think.
can't get him a steady second option.
I just don't think the Magic was the team they were going to do it against anyway.
And the Magic they were a top 5 seed,
Yeah.
and they had both those injuries to their star players and Banchero and Wagner, I think how you
Wagner?
say it? Do you say it, Wagner?
Wagner.
Okay, so those two were hurt for a lot of the season, so they kind of just dropped a lot. I think they are a top 5 seed, though. I think they can compete with
For
those
sure.
teams.
Yeah.
The Hawks, I don't think can. I think this seed makes sense for them.
Did the Magic played the Cavs last year, right, in the first round? I think they gave the Cavs a real fight.
They did. They gave them a few.
It was a scrappy team.
And the Cavs are. I mean, they're what, the best team, one of the best teams in the East this year.
Apparently, the record-wise.
Who knows? The healthy Magic could be dangerous.
I know next week we'll talk a full playoff bracket, but this week we got the play-in. We got to wait for these to actually happen.
Yeah.
You can't predict the playoffs saying, oh, it's going to be one of these two teams. We're not sure who it
tonight
is.
and tomorrow.
Yeah.
Are all the play-in games. And I don't know about competition moving forward with them. I think the Warriors could go far.
Yeah.
I think the Magic, healthy, could go far.
Agreed.
That's
but also, these teams could lose in the next 2 days, and we're not seeing them in the postseason.
And then they're
gone.
Yeah.
So I think
that's it.
I also don't think it's going to be either of these teams, any of these teams that win the NBA championship. I think it's probably going to be one of those top 5, 6 seeds.
Yeah.
But it's still cool to watch.
Warriors definitely have the best shot at it.
I agree. Out of all of them,
Absolutely.
Warriors have the best shot because they have so much experience. And playoff Jimmy mixing with playoff Steph Curry just seems insane to me. So I'm excited
to
see it.
watch. That's all I've got.
That's all I've got.
That is all we've got for you tonight, Ram fans. Be safe, have a great rest of your night, and we will see you next week.